Hi everybody, forgive my raspy voice. The summer cold is making its way through my house, so I apologize if I get a little raspy by the end of this. In our text, there's a list of proposed attributes of excellence in leadership on page 150. Productivity through people is one that stood out to me in particular. It emphasizes the respect for individuals in the workplace. Enthusiasm, trust, and a family feeling are fostered. I think this is the most important attribute in order to secure needed resources, such as staff. If the nurses on a unit feel respected and as though they're part of a family, they'll be more likely to stay. Additionally, if the needs for staffing arise, the nurses on the unit will provide positive word of mouth in order to recruit friends or former co-workers that they feel would be a good addition to the team or unit, so as they don't disrupt any positive, productive environment that's been established. Using Likhart's systems of management and staff reactions, also from our book, they said that the results overwhelmingly support the participative style of management as the most desirable, and the style that produces staff satisfaction and retention. The attribute listed in the book as well that would fit into this management style is the hands-on, value-driven, where a company policy is clearly disseminated and followed. The organization's belief system is reinforced, and leaders are positive role models opposed to rigid enforcers. This would be beneficial in retaining staff as well, and especially retaining staff who share the same values as the organization. And with the leaders that are positive role models, current staff will be motivated to uphold the behavior expected, have respect for their managers who aren't afraid to, set that positive example, and will be more likely to aspire into leadership positions because they interact with their leaders regularly and don't see it as something that's separate from them, something that's unattainable. In the interdisciplinary care article that I read, there was good information discussed that could help the process of securing staff as well if I was a unit leader. The overall philosophy of interdisciplinary care is to encourage all providers to expand their awareness in order to create a greater value for the patients. By each provider contributing their unique knowledge and expertise, an integrated and truly holistic approach to patient care is possible. The article mentions that providers shouldn't act as a fable states. And the fable is that blind men who only see and treat their part of the elephant as opposed to treating the whole patient. So kind of taking those blinders off and not just being focused on their individual part, but looking at the patient as a whole and being able to kind of see the bigger picture when creating plans of care and models for moving forward with their care. With this kind of group approach to the patient care, each individual in a team will be contributing to the care of the patient. They will feel valued, appreciated for what they bring to the group. This will help foster respect amongst colleagues, promote staff retention as well. I think that in a hospital, all departments and levels are needed in order for me specifically to be effective in my job. I rely on every department in the hospital. I rely on environmental services to keep our unit clean, keep us stocked with fresh linens, gowns, and warm blankets for our patients. Pharmacy ensures that we get our patients' medicines on time, and they help to double check to make sure we're keeping them safe, verifying allergies, and alerting us to any issues that there may be based on what the doctors ordered and any allergies. Engineering helps keep our area functioning properly and keeps our area safe. Registration makes sure our patient's information is correct. And then, of course, my fellow nurses and the doctors that we work with all work together in order to help our patients get better, to feel cared for. And additionally, I think that all the different levels of management are important as well, especially when issues arise and the chain of command needs to be followed for resolution to any issues. My current organization is a vertical structure. We have a board of directors comprised of members of our community as well as our chief of staff. They work with our administrators, or they call it the C team in my facility, the CEO, CFO, COO, and CNO. Under the administrative level is our directors, then the managers, and then followed by the floor staff. I personally prefer this structure of hierarchy because there's a well-defined chain of command, and each person is responsible for a specific area or set of duties. I would be concerned in a horizontal structure that responsibilities could become blurred, and that it could become difficult to hold one person accountable for a task or to address a concern. I feel that the nursing model that I prefer working with, as well as the primary nursing model of care, and this is when it's a designated nurse to each patient. And I think I prefer this because it allows me to establish a relationship with my patient and allows for the continuity of care. In team nursing, for example, it could be detrimental to establishing rapport with a patient if the patient could become frustrated if they have to repeat the same story or have the same conversation with each different person within their team, their care team. On the contrary, though, I do feel that interdisciplinary care, that model of care for patients, is imperative to patient success and satisfaction. And in order to prevent kind of repetitiveness between what the patient's having to tell us, ensuring that we have meetings in order to make sure that we're all on the same page, relaying information that the patient may have told somebody but not somebody else. This helps to ensure that everyone's on the same page with the patient's plan of care and the goals established and how to move forward to guarantee their success. So thank you very much. I'm surprised my voice held out, but hope you all have a great night and happy Wednesday.